Okay, I want to ask you a question. Should men pay on a date? For such a simple question, there is an alarming amount of controversy going on right now. I took the time to dive into some of the different arguments and viewpoints on the matter, as well as looking deep into the research to see what the researchers had to say on the matter. So let me start by pointing out that men are very conflicted on this issue. A recent study at the Chapman Institute in California interviewed 17,000 people. And it found that while 84% of men usually pay for women on dates, 64% thought the women should be paying for half. And a whopping 44% said that if women didn't at least offer to pay, that they'd lose all interest in her completely. Clearly, more than half of men believe that women should be paying their fair share. But what is a surprise to absolutely no one is that the internet is chock full of arguments why men should be paying. And the first one is very simple. It's I'm a very beautiful woman and I have a lot of guys who want to go on a date with me. So if you want to use up some of my time on a date, then you're going to have to pay. And this mindset makes a lot of sense if you're an escort. Because here's the thing, if you are selling your time, your mind, your body, your beauty for money, that's prostitution. But for most women who aren't glorified sugar babies, if they're going on a date with a guy, then ideally they're also appreciating something about his mind, about his sense of humor, about a whole bunch of other features that have nothing to do with his looks or how much money he makes. Otherwise, you're doing it all wrong. The next most common argument I see is that women spend a lot more money getting ready for dates. They spend money on makeup, on hair products, on clothing, and since they expected to spend all of this money, that's the reason why men should have to pay for the date. First of all, this is absolutely cheating because you can use your makeup, your hair care products, your clothing multiple times, multiple dates, multiple days of your life. This means that the actual cost per date for a woman, even if she uses pricey products, is about $12.50. And considering recent research by elite singles in Australia found that the average date costs $178, maybe pay for one less cocktail than him and call it a draw. Second of all, tying your makeup and your looks to your financial value is insulting to women everywhere. That same line of logic suggests that women who don't want to wear makeup have less value or don't deserve for a man to pay. Thirdly, most men don't even find it attractive when women wear a lot of makeup. The Quarterly Journal of Experimental Psychology ran an experiment where they took a series of photos of women wearing varying degrees of makeup from none at all to a lot, and they showed these images to a group of men and women. What they discovered was that women rated the faces of other women wearing light amounts of makeup to be the most attractive. But here's the kicker. Men rated the photos of women wearing no makeup to very little makeup to be the most attractive. Okay, for the women who absolutely swear that men pay a lot more attention to them when they're wearing makeup, it's not all in your head, but it's also not what you think. A recent Zoosk study found that women who wore a lot of makeup did indeed get far more right swipes than those who didn't. But here's a thing that nobody ever tells women. Men are extremely flexible on who they find attractive if they think she's going to sleep with him. And men believe that women who wear more makeup are more likely to be promiscuous. And indeed, a 2018 meta-study found that both men and women believe women who wore more makeup were more likely to cheat on their partners and more likely to be sexually promiscuous. Now, this doesn't take an Einstein to work out if you just think back to high school. Ladies, the girls at your high school who were the most boy crazy, who were the most likely to step out and start being sexual early, did they wear a lot or a little bit of makeup? Right, and boys noticed this fact too. So wearing lots of makeup gets more attention from guys, it's true, but not because they find it more attractive, but rather they think it gives them a better chance of having sex. I've also heard it argued that since women only earn 69 cents for every dollar that men make in Canada, or that men make 20% more than women, according to the International Labour Organization, that this is a reason why men should be paying on the dates. But this is equally ignorant because men are not averages. In fact, it is older men who are out earning women because women often take time out of their work to have children. Time magazine recently published research that showed that women between the ages of 22 and 30 earn 8% more than men in the same age bracket. So clearly the argument of men paying for financial income reasons is also completely irrelevant. And indeed, it isn't biologically necessary for women to have someone else pay for their meals. Feminist Bell Hooks famously said that when two women go on a date, they're perfectly happy to argue over who's going to pay, and they'll usually end up taking turns in subsequent dates. So why are there still so many strong opinions? Why do more than half of the men feel that women should pay their share of the date? Why is there still so much resentment amongst men around this topic? Because in an attempt to modernize traditional dating values, women are often guilty of trying to take a lot while giving back very little in return. Many women still want men to be traditional when it comes to dating, and it suits them. They want the man to pay for the date. They want the man to open the car door for her. They want to protect her if something goes wrong during the date. But when it comes to female traditional things that don't suit her, like looking after the kids, like taking care of the man emotionally, like being a stay-at-home mom and giving up her career, all of a sudden she doesn't want things to be traditional at all. All relationships are meant to be a fair exchange of values. There's absolutely nothing wrong if the woman wants to go out and work a really great job and the man remains at home as a stay-at-home dad to look after the kids, as long as both parties are perfectly happy with the arrangement. There is no one right way to do relationships. If you want to be in a situation that's 1950s style, woman does all the housework and the kids and the man works, that's great for you. If you want to be in a situation where the woman's going to be the girl boss and you're going to be the stay-at-home guy, that's absolutely fine. But in reality, it does appear that most men and women want something in the middle. Most men still love feeling like they can provide for and protect their partners, just as most women love receiving these masculine virtues. On the flip side, most women love the idea of nurturing and taking care of their husbands in feminine ways, and most men love feeling taken care of by their partners. Deciding to pay for an entire date or to split the bill is really just a starting point for establishing the kind of relationship values that you want to share with that person. In truth, neither gender should be so fast to judge the other one at all. You should instead try to use it as a point of conversation. You know, I noticed that you insisted on paying all the bill. Tell me more about the kind of relationship dynamic that you're looking for. Relationships shouldn't be about finances. They should be about connection. They should be about having fun. They should be about seeing if this is the kind of person that you want to spend your life with. They should be about what does this person make me feel. So men, if you want a more traditional relationship style, even if you don't have the money, buy her a hot chocolate and go for a walk in the park. Ladies, if you don't want something traditional, if you want something more modern and completely equal, go on a date with him and offer to pay for half. Or better yet, drive the point home and pay for the whole thing yourself. But paying for the date is nobody's job or responsibility. It is merely an expression of the values you want to have in a relationship with someone. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you've loved this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and get subscribed if you've loved my previous ones. Guys, I look forward to seeing you in my future videos. Take care and stay safe.